Hello everybody, it is Carrie and welcome to another video. I'm assuming this video is going to be the first in this week's vlog. I'm probably not going to talk that much in this beginning part because if you didn't watch, I don't know where I'm like posting all this stuff because I got so out of whack with like editing. But the last vlog I was recording yesterday, you can just tell like my voice is kind of, I could have like an ear infection. Maybe, or it could be like sinuses, allergies, because honestly yesterday I had a horrendous headache and it was kind of like, you know, like up here and it felt like allergies, but then I'm not like stuffed up or anything. And today I didn't have any headaches today, but I just like, you know when you swallow and your ear hurts, like it's just this one ear. This has happened before and my throat hurts. So I've just been trying not to talk like a ton, which is kind of hard for me because I always have to talk. And tomorrow I have my vets coming out and I have to do another order drop off. So that might not go 100% to plan. But if you guys don't know me, my name is Carrie. I run Traveling Pony Studios, which is a small little crochet business that I created. I do all types of YouTube content, short like content I'm trying to get better at, and then as well I run an online shop and I'm in 4 stores right now, and then I also do markets. So I try and stay busy. This is not my full-time job. I feel like I put as much as a full-time job like time-wise into it, but it is not my full-time job. I run a horse farm. That's my main job. And then this is just something I picked up because of the fact that my horse had so many medical expenses, and I had been a professional in the equine industry for a little bit, and after some experiences realized maybe it wasn't everything I wanted. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk too much just because my throat is hurting and I have to like breathe through my mouth when I talk. I don't know why. So it's just making it like 10 times worse. So I'm gonna show you guys what I came on here to show you, which the last vlog I did, I was, I think, finishing up customs or something. I dropped off 2 customs today, or well, technically somebody came and like picked up the customs from me and everything. So those 2 are out, and then this is the one that I finished up today. So here it is. I might include a picture editing Carrie remembers from outside and everything, so you can see kind of how it looks, because it's white and on the camera right now, because my computer is like reflecting off of it, doesn't look as good. So I'll try and also put a photo. I was contacted, or I guess you could say tagged multiple times on a Facebook post about creating a crochet horse for a little girl who sadly lost her pony. I do a lot of memorial pieces with crochet, especially when they're pets. It's just like so many memorial pieces, and this is one of them. The few details is the horse looked like it had a ton of mane, so I definitely put a lot of mane, and just in general I always do a lot of mane with these guys. It had flea bites, so you'll see like these random little spots of just brown and everything is supposed to mimic the flea bites. It has it on the head as well. Eyes are sewn. It's just something I've always done with this pattern because it has so much sewing, guys. Everything, you know, everything is just sewn. Oh my gosh. If I had to like explain to somebody, I've done this pattern multiple times. It is the most trust the pattern type of thing because it looks horrendous. It looks ugly. You hate it until you put the hair on it. Once the hair goes on it, it's like, okay, it looks all right. It's truly a trust the process type thing. I get a lot of orders for them. I've done a lot of them and it's still the same. Like I'll be crocheting it, I'm like, oh my god, this is the most ugly thing in the world. And then once you kind of have to like sew everything and then put the final touches, it's like, okay, it's not that ugly, but throws you off. The horse had pink on its nose and gray as well. I actually originally crocheted it completely gray. I just didn't look at the photos, and then I went back and saw that I had a lot of white and pink on the nose, so I did pink here and then transitioned to white on the last 2 rounds of the nose. And then as for the feet, it had different feet strikes, so like you'll see these 2 have 2 color changes. The bottom foot on the horse only had a strike down the outside versus this one right here is a stripe on the inside. This is technically my last custom that was on my books for right now. I did have somebody else reach out about getting a custom, and then I do know of somebody who boards their horse in my barn who wants another custom. But besides that, I'm pretty much all caught up on the customs that I had been actually like paid for. Customs are a lot of work and they can be very rewarding, but they are a ton of work, especially when you are making portraits of animals. And I feel like most of the customs I do tend to be portraits, so it's like it's not as easy as like somebody just messaging you and being like, hey, I found this pattern, can you just like make this pattern for me? It's a lot of like, I have to, when I do them, especially like for this one, I requested like as many photos as possible. I create a whole guide where I match the colors up on the horse to the real horse with the yarn and then send that over, and then I save all the photos, and then as I'm crocheting, I'm constantly checking the photos to try and make it as close as possible as the real life animal. But of course it's like, you can't ever make it perfect, but I do try and put a lot of care and time and respect into these pieces, especially when I know that they are memorial pieces and they have a little piece of the horse with them or animal. So I wanted to come on here and show you guys this because it is going to be going to its new home tomorrow. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow because I have so much stuff going on tomorrow, but then the rest of the week should calm down. But I wanted to show you guys this pony before it left to its new home, and then besides that, I am just working through the list. I've gotten the list down pretty well, but I feel like I'm gonna save this for another day because it's pretty late and my voice is hurting. So I'll see you whenever I see you next. All of a sudden, everybody, it feels like winter. What the heck? I'm not riding today, so no rowdy pants because I have like my vet coming to do so much work on the horses, which is like so expensive. Yeah. But yeah, all of a sudden it's gone from being like, I don't know, in the 70s or whatever to now it's like 51 and we're supposed to be in the 30s. Beautiful. Okay. Why is that spilling?
It's like, where you are? He's spilling out now.
Guys, I have to show you how cute Sloaney Rowney is looking in his blanket. This is technically the first night he's gonna wear a blanket. Technically he could have worn a blanket this past night, but homegirl didn't feel like putting it on. And he always hates his blanket getting put on. Like, I would say, ooh, I would say most horses don't love being blanketed. Like, it's a catch-22. It's more just because, like, imagine you're wearing a beanie like me and you're wearing it all the time. Please don't bite that. And it gets itchy. That's just kind of how it is. And especially when it's like the first time we start wearing them again. Is there a reason to destroy everything? No. But this is my favorite brand of sheet because I think Sloan looks very handsome when he wears his plaid sheet. He doesn't get to wear it all the time because it's just a sheet. It's not super heavy, and I don't really blanket unless it gets like super cold. And he has a gray sheet, or gray blanket I should say, that he wears. My friend, did you gain weight? But he looks really snazzy, and he got his teeth done today, so he should be feeling good. He's in his blankie, and I believe tonight's supposed to get down to 39. Tomorrow is supposed to get down to like, what, 32 or something. So he'll wear a blanket, and I don't shave my horses. A lot of people shave them. Especially, you know, now I don't horse show because my horse really can't jump. And so I don't horse show anymore. So I don't shave that much. Technically, you can not blanket horses, right? Like, he's biting the pitchfork. But technically, you don't have to blanket horses. And my baby, Freya, and Two Bits don't get blanketed. But because Sloan does get ridden, and I really don't want to shave him, I try and, like, keep a happy medium of, like, still blanketing him enough where he just doesn't blow out his coat completely. Like, if he never got blanketed, horses put on a ton of hair if you don't do that. So we have a happy medium. I typically only blanket him when it's going to be, like, in the 30s. And since tonight it's going to be, like, kind of upper 30s, and it's supposed to be windy tomorrow, put a sheet on him. Tomorrow night it's supposed to be, like, 31. And I think it's supposed to be frosty, so he'll go, like, in a blanket. And then I think, like, by the weekend, it's supposed to be, like, back in the mid-40s. And next week, it's supposed to be back in the low 50s. I won't blanket him then. It's just, like, I'm trying to avoid having to shave. And he's still biting the pitchfork, guys. Like, literally... I can't. Dude. That's what he does all day, every day. He bites stuff, he rips stuff, he destroys stuff. He's a destroyer of worlds. Don't be fooled by how cute he is. Everyone's like, oh, Sloan, he's so cute. He's so bad, guys. He is horrible. You have a bad, bad personality. He's kind of like, if I had to explain how he is, it's like a little toddler or like a mean high school like jock. Like, he's so handsome and he can be so nice, but then he just like bites you. Like, he's a cat. That's how I would explain him. Nobody else is a cat, only him. He's the only one I have issues with, and at least it's my horse. Hello everybody, it is Carrie and it is now Sunday, October 20th, and I wanted to come on here and update you guys because technically I'll be filming like the end of this vlog probably in this section, maybe not, I don't know. But I've been working hard, guys. So this past couple days I got 5 sharks done. I've got like the bodies and everything. I just need to crochet the fins. Sometimes the small details like that I tend to like push off, and I really shouldn't, but I just get fed up with doing it. So I do have 5 bodies done. I just need to like do the fins and everything. Today I got the blue squid done, and then I got 2 purple squids. They're downstairs, but I did get these guys, so I'm back up to the squid colors. Like, I just needed to restock 2 purple and then that blue one. Made the rest of the roosters and mallards that I needed to make. They're over there. So I made 4 roosters yesterday, 5 mallards yesterday. Got them all done. Last night I made 5 possums. So I think I have on my list just to make 8, and it's 5:27. So easily I can get the last 3 done, and then that will be the possums off the list. So besides that, the only remaining small items that I kind of have right now, I think I need to maybe look and see about my axolotls and triceratops, I believe. I don't think I wrote down that, But if I went off what's still on my list, there to actually remake still would be 2 stingrays, 8 of the little aliens, and then 7 sloths, 8 pink turtles, 8 green turtles, and then 3 pink whales. And then I was gonna make 2 gray and white cats, like the small ones, and then probably 2 maybe black and white cats. Those are just items that I really do for like stores. Like I really don't bring the mini cats to markets unless I'm doing like a witch cat, which I keep going back and forth because they sold so well at my last market. I sold all 6 of them, and it really wasn't like a Halloween market. And the people who bought them, I don't think they were necessarily buying them because of Halloween, because the very few select Halloween items that I did bring, like nobody was there for Halloween stuff. So I'm going back and forth about maybe if I just make like 4 and have them, because you know some people are like into like, you know, the witch vibes and kind of goth vibes, and so I'm like, maybe that's a good thing just to have. I don't know, I'm going back and forth on it. I'm considering just making 4. I think they're cute enough that like even if they didn't sell, I would be fine having one for myself, and I feel like I could still sell it somewhere. But yeah, I'm going back and forth. I might do that because besides that, I'm not really intending to bring like the mini cats. It's just like another thing that I don't really want to add. I finally got my 20 pounds of polyfill in. This is just a 10-pound bag. The other polyfill bag is over there, and then I have another, I think, 7 pounds downstairs. And yeah, I should be set on polyfill hopefully for the rest of the year. Doubtful, but a girl can have hope because I went through like 20 pounds last month. No, I went through 15 pounds last month. So 30 pounds should get me maybe 2 months. Just depends on what items I'm making and like how big. That's what I kind of have for the small list items. In terms, I guess I'll just go over like my medium-sized items if you guys are interested. I'm gonna make 1 more seal to get back up to 2. I have 3 baby flamingos down. That could possibly be up to 5. The ones I took to the store haven't really sold, but I took 3 to the market, 3 or 4 to the market last time, and they all sold, which was really surprising because that was like the first market that they have actually sold at. But I think it was because I did a really good job of like directing people to them, because people all the time get attracted to the fake flamingos and then the poo that I had, which did finally sell last market. But those are like the 2 things that like people just like gravitate towards. Kids run for that flamingo. Like they just go like obsessed with the flamingo. And I always had to tell them like, girl, please don't touch it if you're not gonna buy it because it is expensive. But last market, I think I did a much better job at just like directing people to the baby flamingos, because like $25 is definitely much more doable than like $75, because the other flamingos just, it's big. It took a lot of time. I don't really want to let it go for that little. I have 3 down, but it could be up to 5. 2 hedgehogs could go up, I don't know. And I have a cherry blossom cow and then a lavender cow because those 2 sold last market. And I believe flower crown cow because I took one to the store. I'm gonna make 3 of the cream pegasus, which is the ones that I do the pink and purple variation of. And then one blue one. The cream pink purple sells the best for me. It would sell, I think, the same if it was like white, besides like the winter white or whatever. But I just have a lot of winter white and I don't really use it unless it's for like specific things, so I just do that. But yeah, pink and purple is definitely the best color variation in case anyone ever wants to make them. I have a blue one, which is like light blue, and then the dark blue, royal blue, whatever. I tried pink and yellow. I want to say it was like hot pink and yellow, and maybe normal pink. That one kind of took a little bit to sell, but definitely the pink and then purple combination is the best combination. I sell out of it at every market. And I have 1 giraffe, which is actually fine because I have all the parts made. I just have to make the body. Since I never finished it last time. 2 hammerheads because I sold both of them, 2 manatees, then just some like color variations on the penguins, blue penguin, 1 pink penguin, 2 of the cream lambs. I'm gonna make 4 of the pigs that I did last market because I sold the 2 of them, 5 bunnies, and then one of the moose. And that's kind of what I have written down right now. Granted, it's October 20th. Things are going to change. I need to make flowers. Like, there's a lot of things that still need to be added, but this is kind of like the base, I guess you could say. That's kind of what I do, is like I write down the base things, and then as I go through, I just kind of remove things, add things, see how it's going. But I also wanted to come on here and update you guys on the last custom that I have taken on. Technically, there is somebody else who wants me to do a custom, but they can't give me a time frame. It is somebody I know, but I keep asking them, I'm like, look, I can either do it now and like squeeze it in, or I can do it after like November 23rd, my last market. And they just kind of keep going like they can't really give me a time. They're just like, just do it. It's just a memory piece. I'm like, I don't have all the time in the world, guys. Like, at some point I died back on the customs because of the market, because I put my priority on that in the stores, and I'm like, I don't do this, no time frame. Like, I get very distracted. So I'm technically finishing up the last one that I did get paid for. This has been a headache and a headache and a headache. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% frank, I probably should have never taken this on. Let me get a picture for y'all. But I should have really not taken this on, because this type of horse does not translate well to yarn because of the coloring. And when I was contacted about it and I was told, well, can you do this Appaloosa? I was like, yeah, I think I can. I didn't see any pictures. I was like, I think I could. I just add an increase on the price and everything for the fact that it's a complex pattern. So I'm assuming that I'm going to be doing color changes. There are a lot of Appaloosas out there. My brain, most of the Appaloosas I see tend to be like blanket Appaloosas, where it's like you get like the base color is a lot of white. Then you just get some spots kind of thrown in. That's much easier to do. When I got the text message of this horse, I about shed some tears, because I had already told the person, and I was like, can you do it? And I was like, yeah, I think I can. I was like, you just have to realize that I'm not gonna be able to translate everything 100% correct, even without this crazy coat color. It was like, you know, that's kind of what I tell everyone with customs. I really try my best, but it just doesn't always happen. And so then I got the picture and I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. I will show you the picture and I'm gonna explain basically the difference really quickly. So here we go. So as you can tell, that's not gonna translate well at all to yarn. So essentially this is an Appaloosa, but it has a lot of roaning. It's the same thing like my horse Freya. Like, I have contemplated making a horse of her, but she is roaning right now. And essentially what roaning is, it's just like you're getting like, it's a lot of white. Like when I go gray and everything, I'm roaning, right? It's just like you have your base coat and then it's a lot of white, kind of like what you would see like maybe in an older dog that's a dark color, and then as they get older they get more white on their face. That's basically what's happening, except these white little strands of hair kind of form in such a way to make a spot. So of course I was like, I literally can't do that. I have remade the body so many times. I have tried doing like acrylic yarn and putting it in the same like loop as I'm crocheting. It doesn't look good. It's not very appealing, honestly. And yeah, it was just like killing me. Like, I've restarted the body so many times and I had to just like set it aside for like 2 days because I was like, I literally can't, like, I can't do this. I had to rip things out. I was getting so frustrated. Finally today, I ended up deciding, I was like, okay, I don't think I can do the base color this one. I think I just need to go on a white base, add color changes. I had originally, I was like gonna do like one color change, like so brown, color change white, brown, color change white. That was kind of my whole thought originally. But then of course when I started doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having like a seizure because it looks like it's just a whole bunch of zigzags. So then I was like, okay, I need to go back in, tried the brown as the base. It didn't really look good. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try the white as the base, and I got it better. I think it's not gonna be perfect. I told the person it's not gonna be perfect. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to just finish this custom. Sometimes I send people pictures as I'm going through, but I would say probably 95% of the time I say I'm gonna send pictures and then it ends up being once the thing is finished, because sometimes I think it's really, really difficult to see the like end product. Sometimes when you're assembling things, like a prime example is the horse. I usually make this like that sitting down horse. It is so ugly for about 99% of its life. Only time it starts to get cute is once you strand the hair and you sew the eyes and you do the nose, then it's cute. But the whole rest of it, you're just staring at it like, oh my gosh, this is like the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So I don't want to send people pictures. I feel like with this one, it's gonna be the same thing. Like I need to make it, I need to sew it, I need to do the hair, I need to do the color variations, and then I think once all of that's done, I think it's gonna look better. It's not gonna be perfect because it can't be perfect, which really kills me. But I think once everything's done, I can make it like cohesive and stuff. I hope it's gonna be okay. So this is kind of what I have for the body. Of course, I have all these strings because I can't be bothered to tie this off tonight because this took a lot out of my willpower. But so this is basically how I have it right now. I did try and look at the thing and say, okay, like some spots are bigger than others. An example of that would be like this. It had this brown section like kind of up on the hip, so I tried to replicate that. So this will be like the head's gonna go here, so this is gonna be one side. And so basically what I did was a lot of color changes. Like I did some where it was just like one spot. I did some where I did like two, and then you know, the next row I did one of the color. I definitely did not worry at all about making the color changes perfectly because I felt like with the roning it actually kind of lended to not have clean color changes, like to have some of that effect where, you know, you get some of the colors kind of poking through and stuff. I thought that it would be fine because it kind of is similar, but I did end up just deciding to do this base white. The horse had black on the bottom of his feet, so I did do some black socks and then just color changed the brown and then started in the white. And even on the underbelly there are a few spots. Yeah, this is where I'm at right now with this. I'm definitely gonna call it a quits tonight. I gave the people a timeline of like 1 to 2 weeks. I think they need it by like November 8th or something. And so I definitely told them I can get it done, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need 1 to 2 weeks. Like this is not a easy color. This is not easy, like nothing about this is easy. This is gonna take a lot. So I do technically still have like a week and a half, but I think what my plan is just to do what I've been doing is like the body is done. That's honestly one of the biggest things, was getting the body done. Tomorrow I'll probably do the head and ears, and then I'll get it sewed on either tomorrow or I'll get it sewed on the next day because I do have a farrier's appointment with my horses and that takes like, I don't know, 2-3 hours. So I probably will do that hopefully by Tuesday. I'm not riding Tuesday, so I should be good. And then get it sewed, do the hair. So I'm gonna definitely have this done by next week. Yeah, this is, I said that if I pulled it off and then if by the end it looks really, really cute, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, but it's just having to realize like there's physically no way that I can replicate this perfectly to the actual animal. And I think that is the biggest challenge that if you're gonna take pet customs on in particular, that you're gonna face. I would scream in joy if I got a custom of a normal animal. That never happens. I swear, I always get customs of like these horses and dogs and cats where I'm like, has anyone ever heard of a black cat? Like, or a white dog, or a black dog, or a brown dog? Like, all these color changes and craziness. And of course, you know, because of the fact that you're doing it a custom and I'm looking at pictures, you don't go off of like a pattern per se. Like it's just you color change and you add these spots and these things when you think it's right. So then like you can crochet it, and then once you're done, you're like, oh my God, that looks horrible. Because it's just like you're going off of feel. So that's kind of what I did here. I did look at the picture. I knew I wanted to have a bigger spot here. I kind of knew that the back side of it had a little bit more white than the front side. But honestly, when it came to the spots, I just started placing them randomly because I was like, I can't go off the picture. Like this is giving me so much headache. So I just started winging it and just putting spots wherever, because honestly, that's kind of what it looked like. So that's that. But now that I'm looking at how long I just recorded this clip, and it's
almost 20 minutes. I'm definitely gonna be editing the video here because I know that I have a lot more footage, so it's gonna make this video like 40 minutes long probably. But next vlog, I will update you guys on how it's looking, getting it sewed up. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more off my list. Maybe all my small items would be lovely. And then maybe some big items, we'll see. Besides that, I hope you guys have been having a great year. I hope you guys have been having a great time with your markets and everything. And I also want to come on here and say, yesterday, I posted a clip of me singing to YouTube, which I have never done before, and everyone was so nice and so sweet. And I know by the time this video comes out, it's gonna be like way past when I posted that, but I just want to say thank you guys. I maybe am not the best at responding to everybody's comments right away, but I do read them. Every time I get a single notification, I read it right away. Sometimes I forget to reply right away, sometimes I get really busy so I can't reply right away, but just know I read everybody's comments, and y'all are just like so sweet. I'm so appreciative of everybody who has subscribe to my channel, who's been here from like the beginning, or even if you're a new person. Honestly, I say that like my subscribers are my friends. I don't really have any friends in like real life or whatever, so I don't get messages unless somebody comments on a YouTube video or like an Instagram post. So when I see the little notification pop up on my phone, it really does make me so excited and so happy. Unless you're asking about the tiger pattern. Guys, one day we're gonna get over the tiger pattern. One day we're all gonna remember that the tiger pattern is in the description box. But I just wanted to come on here and say that as well. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you, and I just want to make sure that you guys never forget that because it's very important to me, and I'm so thankful for really everything. Like I honestly, I never expected any of this to happen. I'll end the video here before I get emotional. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in whatever the next video is. Bye! Cookie, where's the ball? Is there a ball in there? Cookie, where are you? He's putting his nose on the edge.